Did you know that in 686 AD, a deadly plague swept through England, wiping out entire monasteries? But in Bulgaria, there was no plague. Why? Let's find out. This wasn't just any disease, it was a catastrophe that reshaped entire communities. Kings, monks, and peasants alike fell to its grip, leaving ghost towns behind. But in one part of Europe, people seemed untouched. If you love discovering hidden history, subscribe, like, comment, support me on Patreon, buy me a coffee, join us on Ko-fi so that you can join us as we uncover the past, one lost fact at a time. In 686 AD, the plague ravaged the Monkwearmouth Jarrow Abbey in Northumbria. Almost all the Benedictine monks perished except for their abbot, Ceolfrith, and one small boy, a future legend, Bede. The streets of England were filled with fear. No cure. No hope. Only death. This wasn't just a monastery's tragedy, it was a national crisis. Religious centers that preserved knowledge collapsed, communities crumbled, and the future of Anglo-Saxon England was in jeopardy. But what caused this nightmare? The Black Death of later centuries is famous, but plagues in medieval times often spread the same way: dirty streets, no sewage systems, no regular baths. Disease thrived. But there was something else at play: trade. England was connected to European trade routes, bringing in food, goods, and disease. And with little medical knowledge, it spread like wildfire. Meanwhile, in Bulgaria, life was different. People bathed in public bathhouses, washed their clothes, and purified themselves with fire and herbs. Cleanliness wasn't just a habit, it was a way of life. Unlike much of Europe, the Bulgarians understood hygiene. Bathing wasn't a luxury, it was part of their warrior tradition, ensuring strength and discipline. Even their horses were washed regularly. And if sickness did strike, Tangrist shamans stepped in, using ancient healing rituals and powerful herbs. Unlike the West, where medicine relied on prayer, Bulgarians had real treatments. They combined spiritual beliefs with practical medicine. Honey, garlic, and medicinal teas helped fight infections, while fire rituals symbolized purification, burning away sickness and misfortune. In a time when many thought illness was a punishment from God, the Bulgarians had a very different approach, one that may have saved them. In England, thousands died. But in Bulgaria, life went on. No plague, no mass graves, only a strong and healthy people. This wasn't just luck. Geography played a role. Bulgaria's trade networks were different, limiting exposure. But their way of life, their culture of hygiene and medicine, made the difference. If history teaches us one thing, it's that knowledge, whether of medicine, hygiene, or survival, can change the fate of entire nations. So, what do you think? Were the Bulgarians ahead of their time? Or was it pure luck? If you love discovering history, subscribe now, comment, like and share, and join us on Patreon, buy me a coffee, Spotify and Ko-fi as we uncover the past, one lost fact at a time.